Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of Linux, and I'll show you the most important commands every beginner should know. Whether you're using Ubuntu, Kali, or Hack the Box, these commands will help you navigate, manage files, and understand your system like a pro. So grab your terminal and let's get started. I'm using the Hack the Box website. There is a description below if you don't have Kali Linux and still want to learn Linux commands. Click here Module and All Modules if you're using the Hack the Box website. Then scroll down until you see Linux tutorials. Here it is, click Continue. Scroll down to the bottom. Click Interact here. Alright, we're good to go now. I was using the website for a while, that's why my terminal was open. Click here to open it. Our first command is pwd. It means print working directory. It prints the full path of the current directory. As you can see here, home, then the username that is given by the hack box. So this is where we are now. And we have another command, ls. ls means list directory. This command used to list all the files and folders in your current directory. As you can see, there's documents, downloads, and other directories. Alright, what if we want to go inside directories? How we can do that? For this kind of situation, we use cd. The cd command means change directory, that it lets you move between folders. After typing cd, we have to type again where we want to go. For example, desktop. Now we're inside the desktop directory. Again, if we want to see our current directory, we can type pwd. Our current working directory is desktop. Perfect. Now if you want to clear the screen, type clear. Okay, so far we learned the print working directory, change directory, and clear screen and list directory. Now let's create some files and folders. To create folders, we use mkdir. The mkdir command means make directory, that it's used to create new folders. After that, we type the folder name, for example, demo folder. Here is the folder created. Alright, let's step inside to the demo folder. Okay, we're inside the demo folder. We can use pwd command to see the current directory. Clear to clean the screen. Alright guys, let's create files. To create files, we use touch. The touch command creates an empty file instantly, but it's great for testing or creating new files quickly. Then we give it a name. I'll create, for example, new file. Alright, let's check it, if it's created successfully. As you can see, the new file created. Let's use ls here in the terminal. As you can see, the file is created. So, if we want to step out of the folder, the demo folder, how can we do that? We use cd ... It simply means go back one level, or cd- to return to your previous location. We created a folder and file. Let's remove them now using rm command. The rm command is used to remove files. But be very careful with this one, because once deleted, files don't go to the trash. To delete a folder, use rm, or folder name. So in this case, the folder that we're trying to remove or delete has a file inside, so we need to use rf. As you can see, it failed to delete it because the folder is not empty. So what we do now, we have to use rm and then -rf and the folder name. We use rf if the folder is not empty. If it's empty, we don't use it. The rm is enough to remove the folder. As you can see, the folder is gone now. We can't even restore it, so be careful with that. Alright, let's go now to the root of everything. Type cd and /. Type ls to see everything. This is the root. We can see here bin, etc and everything. What if I told you that the command we're using like cd, ls, rm, and make directory are just folders? Shocking, isn't it? They're just folders. We can delete them, copy, and stuff like that. Let's go now to the bin. Inside the bin, you will find every command we used and others that we didn't use. Type ls to see it. As you can see, all these commands found in bin, and there's other bin too, but we will focus here. If I scroll up, you'll see every command. The /bin folder stands for binary, that it contains essential command line programs that are needed for the system to start and work properly. These are the core tools every user and system process needs, like ls, cat, cp, mv, rm, and bash. Even if other parts of the system fail, commands inside /bin still work because they're required for basic operation. There's ls here. We said these commands are folders, right? Let's copy what's inside to a new folder. Sudo stands for super user do. It allows you to run commands with administrator or root privileges, which are required for copying files from system directories like /bin. Without sudo, you might get a permission denied error. cp stands for copy. It copies files or folders from one place to another. In this example, cp copied the ls program from /bin to your Hasen folder. Now every time I type Hasen, it exactly works as ls. It will list everything inside the directory. We can even delete ls if we want, but be careful I'm doing this because it's a virtual machine, not a real operating system. Now the ls command is gone, and we have Hasen that works just like ls. As you can see, it says no such file or directory. And our Hasen command works as it should do. Now let's copy everything in Hasen to ls and make everything as it was. Now ls is back into business. We should delete Hasen too. We should say sudo in this kind of situation, otherwise it'll say error. Now the Hasen folder is gone. Now we should go back to the desktop and document folders where we can see other commands. Now we go home. Type cd home. Now we go to this username. It's our username given by Hack the Box website. We're now in the right place. Let's go to the desktop directory and we will see a couple of commands. Say hi to Nano. Nano is a simple text editor in the terminal. It allows you to create or edit files directly from the command line. It's beginner-friendly compared to other editors like Vim or Emacs. Here we said Nano and hello.cpp. Nano will create a C++ file and expect us to write C++ code on it. This is a simple C++ code. I hope you're okay with that. Press Ctrl+O to save. Write out the file. Press Enter to confirm the file name. Press Ctrl+X to exit Nano. Now we have a C++ file created and coded inside it using just Nano. Alright, let's see the cat. The cat command reads and prints the content of a file in the terminal. That it's quick and great for small files, but not good for very long ones. For example, cat hello.cpp. As you can see, the cat command shows what I wrote inside hello.cpp. And we have tac too. Tac will show the opposite of the cat, which means it'll shows upside down. Now let's see the ls command. The ls command lets you read long files page by page. You can scroll with the arrow keys and press Q to quit. But it's great for checking big logs or text files. Press Q to get out. Let's see the head command. That head shows the first few lines of a file, while tail shows the last few. You can also use tail, F to watch a log file update in real time. Let's see the file command. The file command is used to detect the type of a file. It tells you if the file is a text file, a C++ source file, a script, a binary, or something else. Very useful when you find unknown files or need to confirm what you're working with. Let's see stat now. The stat command shows detailed information about a file or folder. It provides metadata like file size, permissions, owner and group, last modification time, last access time, file type. We forgot a big useful command. It's whoami. The whoami command tells you which user you're currently logged in as. It's simple but useful when working on remote machines or hack the box. And this is my username. Let's see some networking. IPA. The IPA command shows all network interfaces and IP addresses. It helps you find your local IP address or network information. Ping. The ping command checks your connection to another computer or website. It sends small packets and tells you if the target is reachable. Top. The top command shows running processes and system usage in real time. You can see which programs are using the most CPU or memory. Press Q to quit. df-h. The df-h command shows how much storage space is used and how much is free. The h makes it easier to read. It shows values in megabytes or gigabytes. Free-h. The free-h command shows how much memory, RAM, is used and available. It's helpful when your system feels slow or laggy. And the last command is exit. It'll exit from the terminal. Thanks for watching. Now you know the most essential Linux commands for beginners. Practice them in your terminal, and soon you'll be navigating Linux like a pro. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Comment below which command was your favorite, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay curious and keep learning.